Buff Nation, hope you guys are having a great evening. Got a lot of great feedback on my recruiting video yesterday. I know somebody asked, can you do a video of guys coming from Sacramento State or guys that maybe we should go after in the transfer portal? That's coming later on this week. But I wanted to talk about a potential former Sacramento State commit that I think would be fantastic for the Buffs and Brennan Marion to go after. And I have my eyes on him in terms of just keeping an eye out for the staff to offer him a scholarship spot for the 2026 class. So y'all let me know what you think about him in the comments. Be sure to like, subscribe. Shout out to Kalshi for sponsoring the video. Use the promo code DTB for a $10 bonus, and let's win some money together, whether that's on Shador beating the Bears this week or like freaking Texas Tech winning the national title, something. Go Big 12. Let's get into the fun stuff, though. So Jackson Presley, he has decommitted from Sacramento State after the news of Brennan Marion leaving, obviously, to come over here to CU. And this is a guy that I would really love the Buffs to go after, and I think you'll be impressed with the tape. There are a couple reasons why I would like him to be in Boulder. Number one, guys, you can never have enough talent, especially quarterback talent. And yes, this does not mean we're we're I feel dumb even having to bring this up, but having to replace Julian Lewis. No, you're not trying to do that. But you never know what's going to happen. God forbid a catastrophic injury happens, but you never know when you might have the next Baker Mayfield, Colt McCoy, Johnny Manziel. Hell, Josh Allen was a 0-star guy coming out of high school. So you never know when you're just going to strike gold, right? And I think every recruiting class should have a quarterback as a part of it. That's just one of my beliefs in roster building. So let's go ahead and get into some of the highlights here with Jackson Presley, and we can break down and talk a little bit more about his tape and his game, recruiting, all of that. And I think you're really going to love it. So again, 3-star guy playing at Glacier High School out of Montana, the class of 2026. And what I really do love about him is that he comes from a very strong program out there at Glacier High School. In his sophomore and junior years, where he was the starting quarterback, they lost the state title game. And this year, his senior year, they got it done, winning their second ever state championship in the state of Montana. So congratulations to him. So I love to see that not only was he part of a winning program, but he helped, this team reach new heights. I also love the fact that he, as you can see, he's comfortable and plays in the elements. And as we'll go through this highlight tape, as you guys are watching, I think one of the things that sticks out to me is how quick of a decision maker he is. And I can see why Brennan Marion offered him at Sacramento State, because he is a very, very fantastic decision maker. And that is the most important thing in the go-go offense. If you listen to his interviews, he's talked about it's not about your arm strength. It's not about your athleticism, your ability to run or anything like that. The most important factor in running the go-go offense is your brain, making quick decisions. You'll see he sets up a lot of his deep throws with a really good pump fake. That's something that you'll see throughout this 10-minute highlight reel or so. And man, he lit it up during his 3 years over at Glacier. 7,943 passing yards, 80 TDs to only 15 interceptions. Okay, guys, fantastic stuff. Has a career completion percentage of around 65%. You'll take that. He threw for a career high this year as a senior, 66.5%. See a few other things here. Yeah, quarterback rating this year was at 130 on the dot. And he does have some rushing ability. He can scramble and run. You'll see him take some different zone reads and stuff like that. But 234 rushing yards on the year, 4.9 yard average, and 7 touchdowns. So definitely once they get into the red zone, he is used as a running threat. No doubt about it. when you read the quarterback hit list scouting report, shout out to them. Read the one yesterday for the quarterback we talked about in the class of 2028. His name is skipping my mind right now, but quarterback hit list rated him as a 4-star guy. Again, 6'2", 195 pounds. Rate him as a pro style guy. Size. Jackson has very good size for a 2026 pro style quarterback at 6'2", 195. This quarterback works methodically as he attacks the defense at every level. Sound throwing mechanics, high extension of his release location, giving added height to his delivery. Yes, and I really do like his delivery. Accuracy. This is an area of skill for Jackson. His throws are right on target with his receivers. Does a nice job of leading the receivers with good ball placement and timing. And you'll see this too. Like he's like a pitcher, man. He can fire some in there. Other times, he can throw a nice big looper, downfield so that the receiver can really get under it. He throws a very catchable pass, man, and he can take some zip off the ball if needed, but similar to a pitcher, he's got a few different pitches, in the repertoire, right, that he can throw out there. It's not just bullet pass after bullet pass. Arm strength. His throws over the middle are on a rope with high velocity and quick release, able to extend the field with a strong arm, connecting with his receivers in stride. Release. A classic over-the-top delivery with full extension at an accelerated arm motion. This throw allows the ball to get out quickly, giving the defense very little time to react. Throw on the run. He's very comfortable in the backfield, whether it's as a pocket passer or rolling out on the run. Displays good ball position and solid footwork, squares up evenly with his intended target. And he can throw, rolling out to the right or the left. Footwork. Jackson's an athletic quarterback who shows good mobility and agility out on the field. Very good footwork on his dropbacks and also prior to his setups. Poise. His leadership on the field is displayed on film, in full control of his offensive unit. He does a nice job of picking up defensive pressure while developing a secondary plan. Pocket presence. Good patience and awareness in and around the pocket, capable to escape the pressure while creating something on his own. A playmaker who can improvise on the fly. Decision-making. An intelligent quarterback, picking up on initial reads, works well through his progressions. Touch. This is an area of strength for Jackson. He can be a finesse passer when needed or can turn up the dial with high velocity throws in the heart of the defense, something that I mentioned earlier. So, big fan of Jackson Presley. I can see why Brennan Marion wanted him over at Sacramento State and why he was committed to Sacramento State until he left for CU. So I did send him a DM today. Saying, hey, has Colorado offered yet? I haven't heard from him, but I hope to hear from him at some point. But he also has, guys, this wasn't just like a typical FCS football commit, such as Xavier McDonald, right? He had offers, guys, from Arizona, Arkansas, Florida State, Missouri, Oklahoma State, Texas A&M, Virginia Tech, West Virginia, Boise State, North Texas, Montana State, Washington State, along, of course, or not Washington State, Sacramento State. So he had a lot of Power 4 offers, a handful of them, and some really good G5 offers with Boise State, North Texas, and then some other FCS programs as well. I would love to have him here. Again, I believe you should want to bring in a quarterback every single year, right? And I think the biggest thing with Jackson is going to be, is he going to be comfortable kind of taking a Ryan Staub type of route? Can we convince him to do that, where maybe you're not playing initially, but at some point you might get your time due to an injury or God forbid, something like that happens. Okay. But again, you never know when you're going to find the next Baker Mayfield, Johnny Manziel, Colt McCoy. I think Colt McCoy started out at like 7th on the depth chart at Texas. Stetson Bennett was a story like that too. So again, the more shots you take, the better odds you have of hitting on some really good players. And right now we only have Julian Lewis and Ryan Staub as scholarship quarterbacks. It is very, very important to have 3 or 4 at the very least of scholarship quarterbacks with this team. That's how I feel about it. So I would love to have Jackson Presley out here. We already know that he's a fit for the go-go offense. I would imagine that one of the reasons he likes Sac State is because he would have had the opportunity to play early. With Julian Lewis, that's probably not likely, but hey, still develop here, and then you'll see what happens. Again, you'll get your opportunity at some point. And who knows, maybe we'll be changing up how these bowl games are played too. And might get an opportunity, or preseason games. Feel like a lot is about to change with college football, no doubt. So most quarterbacks, I would say 99% of quarterbacks would develop from sitting initially before playing Power 4 college ball, right? So maybe you can sell them down, on coming here and developing at CU. So I think that would be really cool. And again, I just love the fact that this guy has played in the elements quite a bit. Again, doesn't have a Josh Allen type arm, but again, I kind of like that. And don't sleep on the small school guys. There have been some great quarterbacks to come out of small schools, and I'm a fan of this. Let's bring a Rocky Mountain guy in here and have him develop. So I hope Brennan Marion's been in contact with him. I don't think he's posted any offers that he's gotten yet. I could be wrong on that, but I'm just going off of looking at his Twitter profile for like 1 minute earlier this afternoon. But again, quick decision maker. Ball's getting out of his hands quickly. He can run, as you can see here, and I would be a fan. We got 13 commits in our class. Let's get this thing up to 15, baby. At least 15, and a quarterback. I will never say no to a quarterback. And again, God forbid Julian Lewis breaks his leg or something like that next year. Hey, maybe this guy's it. We'll never know unless we try. So yeah, bring Jackson Presley out to Boulder. That's how I feel about it. Again, a lot of other schools were looking at him. 3-star rated guy by the 24/7 composite at 84. But again, QB hit list, who I'm now starting to read like their scouting reports for their quarterback stuff. They got him rated as a 4-star. He's the number 2 player in the state of Montana, a top 100 quarterback in the composite, rated at number 98. So yes, please. Yes, please. He's originally from California, then moved to Oklahoma prior to his freshman year of high school, and then moved to Montana. How about that? Okay, so we'll finish this up here. Got a few more minutes here. Get to some of your comments, but I'm a fan of the recruiting stuff, guys. So I love talking about this, and I love just keeping an eye on these players, man. What's up, Tim? Hope you're doing well. Dude, your mom's favorite. Jackson Presley fits the go-go offense. He's a Cali kid that moved to Montana. Dude, you beat me to it. Dude, your mom knows, you know your stuff, man. I appreciate that about you. Yeah, Jackson should be a 4-star quarterback. They dropped him down because he plays in Montana. I absolutely believe that. And when this is done, we can take a look at the quarterback hit list. They rated him higher than the 4-star guy from the class of 2028 that we looked at yesterday. Let me go make sure I get his name correctly. Lucas Prock, for what that's worth. I think Prock's going to continue to shoot up the recruiting boards over the years. And yeah, what's up, Robbie? Hope you're doing well. I think, dude, you and me, man, we're on the same wavelength here. If Brennan Marion is smart, which he is, he picks up a 26 class quarterback and a running back in January. You get them here over the summer, man. I agree. Again, guys, I think one of the things in which I have absolutely hated is that we haven't used our full allotment of scholarships, man. I think that that's inexcusable at the Power 4 level. You got FCS programs that they're not able to do that. You got Division II programs that can only give out partial scholarships, man. We got the ability to get full rides. What are we doing, man? Let's fill out all 85 of those spots. Let's fill out our entire 100-man roster, please. But take a look at this, man. Yeah, quarterback hit list. 6'2", 195 pounds, Glacier High School. And yeah, they rated him number 31 quarterback, a 4-star guy, 97.2 or 97.52. Following the journey that God has planned for me. Well, hopefully it's out to Boulder. They rated, let's see, his, and I love this, his poise and his decision making as the highest rated attributes. Yeah. So I love that. And they also got his high school stats up here. This is a pretty cool website. I don't know why it took me, so many years to find this, but be sure to check out quarterback hit list. Then, looks like he picked up some offers from like UNLV 24/7 and Florida State. Didn't have that on there. So definitely keep that in mind. All-state quarterback going back to his sophomore year. So that's awesome to see. So anyways, guys, really cool website. Be sure to check them out. And let me see, did they say how many games of him they watched? No, I guess not. Sometimes they mention that on some of these, but big fan of Jackson Presley. I want him here in Boulder. I want him here in Boulder. New Breed wants the running back coach and the offensive line coach from Sac State, please. Hey, sure. If the offense was coached right there, you can coach it at another level, right? Hopefully. Like, I understand that process. It didn't really work out with Sean Lewis and Bill O'Boyle, but I don't know why that was. Hey, what's going on, man? Hope you're doing well. Shaking my whatever you hating. I don't even know how to say your name, but I know you. I know your face. I see you. I see you. Okay. Juju is perfect. Yeah, dude. Juju's going to be great. We need some guys to learn from behind him. And that's the thing. I doubt he comes here to sit behind Juju for a few years. That's going to be the hardest sell. There's not really going to be a quarterback competition here. So he's wearing 12 next year? Let's do it. Just kidding. Gunner, I need you to take a step down to an offensive line assistant. Yeah, that's how it's going to be. Awesome show, Dave. Thank you, Timothy. Little Baby Rico TV saying he'll be warming up the bench for 3 years. Hey, again, you never know. There's been plenty of great quarterbacks that have come out of obscurity, right? They were the 4th, 5th guy on the depth chart. They were walk-ons. Now you're saying, we got Ponder. We got Ponder. All right. Sorry, I'm a little bit more excited about this guy than Dominique Ponder. I'm just being honest. So again, God forbid, man. Hopefully Ryan Staub doesn't jump into the portal. We'll find that out soon. But guys, we've seen over the last couple of years, man, it is hard to find a good backup quarterback in the portal, man. You can bring in a good starter, although we whiffed on that, but there are plenty of good starters available that maybe weren't elite, but definitely were better than Caden Salter, that you can find. But I think you will struggle to find good backup quarterbacks. And I think that they're better developed at your team or at your program out of high school, ideally, if you can convince them to stick around. That's always the toughest thing. But we've convinced Staub to do it. We'll see if, after his 3 years here, he's ready to move on and go play somewhere else. But if that happens, we definitely need somebody behind Julian Lewis. So, yes, we need the guy from UNC in the portal. He's a beast. I forgot his name. But, hey, this is going to be a fun few weeks. And, yeah, I would imagine maybe we make an offer to a few of the guys in the transfer portal from Sac State. Video coming on that later this week. But, guys, I'm so sorry I've been so busy. It's not that I don't like y'all. I've just had a lot going on. But I will be back to talk more about transfer portal recruiting tomorrow. Again, shout out to Kalshi for sponsoring the video. Did put down, like $5 on I think it was Tech the other day to win the national championship. Shador, you can bet on there for him to upset the Raiders. How about his performance? Against the Titans, that was great. Ruined by Stefanski. So I don't know why fans want Aaron Butler, dude. I don't know either, man. We got great receivers that haven't ditched us. So let's keep those guys. That's how I feel about it. But I'll be back more and talk more Buffs tomorrow. Hey, and if you guys want to join the membership, you can get into my exclusive. I think it's like $2 a month. Get into David Talks Buffs Discord. Okay, it's popping. It's popping. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful evening. Go Buffs.